You are my child, I believe in you. You don't have to run around trying to figure out what to do. Just take my hand, I'll lead you to the promised land. Give you the desires of your heart if you let me. And I have the keys. Good morning. To the kingdom, yes, give you the keys. To the kingdom, yes, and you are my child. I believe in you. I give you the desires of your heart. If you let me. Good morning. You are my child. I believe in you. You don't have to run around trying to figure out what to do. Just take my hand. I'll lead you to the promised land. Give you the desires of your heart. If you let me. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Wealth Channel. Brother Rick, your gracious host. I want to talk to you for a few minutes about getting coached and how our champions are coach people, and how life is amazingly easy when you have really good coaches and you're willing to submit yourself to a coach. On my way to see my son Ricky play some basketball, and I started coaching Ricky 10 years ago, teaching him how to shoot a jump shot. And now it's time for him to come perform today and show me what he's working with. So let's get straight into the scriptures, and let's see how a man got coached into an amazing life. All right. He says, and the angel of the Lord spake unto Philip. This is the book of Acts, chapter 8, verse number 26. And the angel of the Lord spake unto Philip, saying, Arise and go toward the south unto the way that goeth down from Jerusalem unto Gaza, which is desert. And he arose and went, and behold, a man of Ethiopia, a eunuch of great authority under Candace, queen of the Ethiopians, who had the charge of all her treasure, had come for Jerusalem to worship, was returning and sitting in his chariot, read Isaiah, so that's Isaiah the prophet. Then the Spirit said unto Philip, Go near and join thyself to this chariot. And Philip ran thither to him and heard him read the prophet Isaiah, and said, Understandest thou what thou readest? And he said, How can I, except some man should guide me? And he desired Philip that he would come up and sit with him. So we have a man that's sitting, a rich man, who's sitting in a chariot, who's in charge of the whole country's money. He's a treasurer. In other words, he's just like the treasurer of the federal. What's that again, baby? Federal Reserve. Yeah. So he's like in charge of all the country's money. But he's trying to read the Bible. He don't understand what he's reading. So he's a rich dude who still need to be coached. All right. So if rich people need to be coached, that means everybody need to be coached. And it means that it don't make no difference where you are in life. There's something that you don't know. And if you're going to be a champion, somebody's got to come and tell you, and or you're not going to learn it, and you're going to keep doing it, but you're going to keep doing it the wrong way. I don't care how hard you try to do something. When you haven't been coached, it's a waste of time. So it's just a whole lot of hard work that doesn't go anywhere. I hear what I'm saying? So Philip walks up to the guy, runs up to the guy. The guy says, do you know what you're reading? He said, how can I know except somebody come and coach me? Now, when I was a little dude, I was about 9 years old, maybe 8 or 9 years old. My brother Jerome, he taught me how to throw a curveball. We all played baseball, played a lot of baseball. And he showed me, said, flick your wrist when you throw this curve, Ricky. All right. So I would flick my wrist, and the ball would it'll start out over here, and then it come back over the plate. So these little dudes couldn't hit the ball because they thought it was going to hit them. So they dropping their back, falling down. I struck out 19 dudes in one game. One game struck out 19 dudes because my brother, who's 5 years older than me, he had coached me on how to throw a curveball. Nobody really knew how to throw a curveball like that. As a matter of fact, when I was little, nobody could throw a curveball like that, period. I wasn't much good after about 2 or 3 years because I threw my arm out, and that was the end of my baseball career. My point, though, is that I had a euphoric time because my brother taught me how to do something that made me better than everybody else. I mean, my baseball coach, would come all the way to the north side of Chicago and pick me up when I was 10 years old, all the way to the north side of Chicago and pick me up from church and bring me all the way back to the south side just to watch me pitch. His name is Mr. Wilson. I never forget him. We need men like that today. I said this man would come and get me from church on Sunday afternoon, and it's way on the north side of Chicago. Chicago's a big city. Drive me all the way back to the south side because he loved to see the way that curveball was. But I had another man, my brother, who was a young man, who taught me how to pitch. Man, if we went back to those old days where it took a village to raise a child, do you know how cold-blooded our kids are? If they have two different people handling their business like that, especially two men handling their business like that, that's why I'm on my way to see my son Ricky play ball. Why? So I coach him on a regular basis. Now we're going to watch him play basketball now, but I'm talking about I coach him in life. I have a conversation with Ricky pretty much every day. And even though he edits videos for us and does work for us, I'm having conversations with him about coaching him about, hey, Ricky, if you do it this way, not about videos, because he's cold with that. He don't need me to coach him with that. We collaborate. But I'm talking about, Ricky, if you do this in life and if you do that in life, and if you're a little bit more alert about this and a little bit more alert about that, making him aware of things that he didn't even know he's supposed to be aware of. That's what a coach does. All right. So the number one thing that a coach does is that we unveil your hidden talent. So everybody writing down, or I just put HT in the chat because you have some hidden talent. All right. Put HT in the chat and I'll teach you the next point. So you have hidden talent. You have talent that you have talent that you'll never learn. You'll never realize it unless somebody comes by and helps you unveil it. It's hidden. And the reason God has it hidden is because you have to mingle with human beings to make it in life. That's the way God created us. Are you hearing me? I'm showing you a scripture right here to prove to you that we got a multi-millionaire sitting in a chariot who don't know what he's doing. All right. He got a lot of money, but he's got a really empty life because he's reading the Bible. We know something is missing. All right. HT. All right. Why? Because SM, something's missing. All right. All right. So teach your kids these. Teach your kids this so they can understand that, listen, the only way that something's going to come out of you, somebody's going to have to coach it out of you because you just don't know how to, you can't coach it out of yourself. Why? Because a coach can see what you can't see. A coach is what? Anointed to be able to see what you can't see. Coaches are anointed. Are you listening to me? I ain't talking about no religious stuff. I'm talking about they poured oil on their head. That's cool. It's so cool to anoint somebody with oil. When I say anointed, I mean they are aware of what you're not aware of. Do you know what anointing even means? I say, do you even know what anointing even means? And anointing means that I pass something to you that I have that you don't have. And now you have it. Do you understand that? That's what anointing means. It means that I pass something on to you, or you pass something on to me that I don't have, and now I have it. So now I'm able to do what I couldn't do before because I had it inside of me. I had the hidden potential inside of me, but the ability to be able to do it was something totally different. And that's what coaches are for. So I wouldn't go through the rest of this life if I was you, my brother, if I was you, my sister. I wouldn't go through the rest of this life without figuring out what coaches do I need in the different areas of my life because you need different coaches. You don't want ain't no one person can help reveal the hidden treasures inside of you because don't know one person have it all. Are you hearing me? Ain't no one person got nothing. Are you listening to what I'm talking about? It's the body fitly framed together. That's how. That's the reality of this life. God is like, you need many coaches. All right. I don't know if y'all ever saw that movie Aquila and the Bee and how she had so many different people helping her to spell in the movie. One of my favorite movies because I love Scrabble. I love words. So I can see I can watch the movie probably 20 times and never get tired of it. But what I really enjoyed out the movie was the neighborhood helping Aquila be able to spell and come from the hood and go out and spell against a whole lot of privileged children and being able to win the entitled B. That really blessed me because I was like, look at all these coaches that she has. Because when a person coaches you, now you ain't got to guess no more. It takes the guesswork out of what to be working on. All right, listen to me. So number one, reason coaches are important is because you have hidden treasure that you just absolutely positively will not ever find on your own. It's hidden, you have it, but you can't use it. Are you hearing me? It's just like having 20 million in the bank, but for some reason or another, you can't write nobody a check. So you have it, but you can't use it. That's the way a hidden treasure is. Then number two, when a coach comes to you, they help unravel that treasure. And then what now? It reduces the strain. Okay. So put RS in the chat because some of y'all are straining hard to do something. And I know why you're straining hard. It's because you haven't what? Engaged in coaching. Are you listening to me? And you will, and it's got your blood pressure up. It's got you because you're trying hard. But you're trying hard to do something, but you ain't doing it the right way. So you're gonna strain to do that. Why? Because I was just taking the signs off of this. I was just taking the signs off of this jacket. I don't even wear sweatpants and all that kind of stuff. Shantae went and bought me the sweat thing for my birthday, huh, Ricky? I said, so I'll go ahead and wear it to the basketball game. Howdy, y'all see me in suits all the time, right? But I said, what the heck? Okay. I said, I wear it, baby. So I was trying to get these tags off and I was pulling hard, pulling hard, pulling hard, trying to get, trying to show my manhood, right? Man, them tags wasn't going. I'm talking about the string, that string to be on here? You got it. So I just went into the thing and pulled out some scissors and just cut it off so easy. Why? Because the clips, the scissors, are just like a coach. A coach comes into your life and they just show you how to stop all that struggling that you're doing and just clip the thing on off. But you see, we the school system to struggle. We've been taught to not let nobody in our business. We've been taught to act like we got it together. I got this. I got this. I got this. I got this. Man, reduce the strain, okay? All right, because you don't have this. No, you don't. I don't have it, and you don't have it. When Philip runs up to this man, and this man is sitting in his chariot, and he's got a lot of money, but he needs some coaching in a different area. See, just because he got money, don't mean he don't need a coach because he needed some moral coaching. Why? Because he's sitting there reading. Why is he reading the Bible? Because he's trying to do right. You know what I'm talking about? Why would a rich person be reading the Bible? Because he realizes money don't mean nothing. That's why. Are you hearing me? Because your money don't mean nothing. What did profit a man if you gain the whole world and lose your soul? Or what would a man give in exchange for a soul? So you just having a couple of little wooden nickels, that don't mean nothing. That ain't impressing God. But God is impressed when you seek his face while he may be found and call upon him while he's near. So you know how to live. So I know how to live. So we know how to treat each other. So we know how to treat people. Why? We all need to be coached because we can all do better. Are you hear what I'm saying? Can you do better? But I can in that chat. Do you think you've arrived? Are you hearing me? Or do you think you need some teaching and some coaching and somebody to come along into your life and show you how to do things in a better kind of way? I know I can. So I'm gonna put I can in the chat. I'm gonna start it off. Why? Because I paid over $1 million for coaches over the last 2 years. Yeah, I paid over $1 million for coaches. And then I got a lot of coaches I never paid no money to. Because they didn't charge me no money. All right. But I know I can do better. So I would start it off because I know I can. Anybody else know they can do better? All right, watch what's about to happen to your life, Tigger. Anybody else know they can do better? Watch what's about to happen to your life, Anita. Anybody else know you can do better? Watch what's about to happen to your life, Ken. When you open up to coaching, you open up to what? The fullness of everything. Why? Because you're like, man, I just don't know what I'm doing. Okay? I don't know what I'm doing. Our friend Chan, the millionaire barber, my good friend Chan, my best friend, Chan, the millionaire barber, who taught me together, we made over $5 million in cryptocurrency over the last 3 years. This year, I don't, the sky's the limit. So I didn't know what I was doing. Though. I didn't understand cryptocurrency. I mean, we had bought some Bitcoin before it came out, but I hadn't studied all these alternative coins because I just don't know. It's just so many hours in a day to learn things, and it just wasn't my concentration. So Chan just sat me down and said, "Get these 6 coins, Ricky." And voila, in 3 years, our combined accounts went over $5 million. I'm like, whoa, gee, with no work or nothing. Why? Just getting some coaching. Just let him tell me what's going on. And so now when he says something about something that's about to take place, because he studies it all night and all day. He studies the stuff. So it's easy for him. So he makes it easy for me. I don't want no hard life. I don't know about you. I'm tired of hard living and trying to prove how smart I am. All right. The older I get, the more I realize I just don't know much. And then I'm saying, you know what? I want to be wiser every day, which means that I want to turn more things over to somebody that's smarter than me so that they can just coach me through the situation so it don't take up all my time and bandwidth. Are y'all hearing what I'm talking about? Already, ain't y'all tired? I said, ain't y'all tired of doing stuff real hard? And no matter how hard you do it, you still ain't doing it right. I mean, aren't you tired of it? It ain't nothing wrong with submitting to a coach. See, people think submission is people think that submission is weak. I'm like, submission is not weak. Submission is strength. Why? Because the Bible says one will put 1,000 to flight, but two will put 10,000 to flight. So getting coached is it makes you strong. It doesn't make you weak. What's weak is when you don't know how to do something and you keep trying hard to do it and ain't nobody showing you how to do it. That's what's weak. All right. Why? Because it's stubborn. I hear what I'm talking about. It's stubborn. It's stubborn. People call it pride. I'm just trying to take pride in myself, Brother Rick. I just don't want nobody giving me nothing, Brother Rick. I just don't need nobody all up in my business like that. I'm an independent man. I'm an independent woman. I don't need nobody all up in my Kool-Aid, don't know the flavor. I'm not. You just country as you just country as hell. Talking about nobody know your Kool-Aid up in the flavor. No, you just got some country project too sweet Kool-Aid. You dig what I'm saying? Negroid, please. You better snap out of that. You better act like a grown man and a grown woman and say, you know what? I need some help. All right. Anybody else around here need help? Say put INH in that chat. I'll say put INH in that chat. Anybody else need some help? I'm gonna start that one off too. INH. I need some help. INH. All right. Man, I need help. Are you hearing me? But I don't wait around until the situation is so bad, until it's irreversible. I wake up every day saying, proactively saying, man, who am I gonna get some help from? Man, I don't know what I'm doing. Man, I need some coaching. Why? Because I want to be good. I hear you out here in the marketplace. All right, this is your life. Okay. And you can't come out to this marketplace all half baked. I hear me doing stuff, being an amateur and all that sort of thing. Why be an amateur when you can be a professional at whatever it is that you're doing? Because you got so much to add to contribute to your brothers and your sisters' lives potentially. But if you don't know what you're doing, have mercy. So I was talking about my friend Chan, the millionaire barber. So Chan helped me out a lot. So I'm like, okay, well, Chan, I'm gonna teach you. I'm gonna help you. I mean, the man was so nice to me until he invited me and Shantae to spend the night at his house the first day I ever met him. I'm like, this is a different kind of brother. Nobody invites you to their house no more. When the last time somebody invited you to a stranger invited you to their house to spend the night? When was the last time that happened? Some of y'all probably say it ain't never happened, especially in these days. Why? We're in a new era. When I was a little boy, we used to spend the night at people's houses all the time. People used to invite me and my mother to their house because my mama could sing real good, play the piano for the church, and they just adored her. So every time we go to a new church, they always want to kidnap her and just bring her over because she could really sing, right? And she could play the piano nice too. And she just is a joyful person, so people like being around her. So they would invite us. But that was the 70s. Now, in 2025, in the time that we live in the 20s, nobody hardly ever calls you to their house and say, come spend the night because people don't have no neighborly attitude no more. I mean, it's like if you lived in the 70s and you live now, it's like two different worlds, two different planets. Are you hearing me? I said, let's bring it back. All right, everybody put BIB in the chat. Come on, y'all ready to bring it back? I said, let's bring hospitality back. Why? By teaching each other what we don't know. Are you listening to me? Let's bring it back. Let's invite somebody over and say, man, let me sit down and tell you what I know. Okay. And then you invite me over and I sit down and you tell me what it is you know. Sometimes people got to pay you because it's within a business setting. Sometimes it's in a social setting. But we should always be doing what? Making sure that we are freely letting each other know about what's going down so you ain't got to struggle. And I ain't got to struggle. Are you hearing me? We're not supposed to be struggling. The reason people struggling is because they withholding information from each other, not teaching each other. All right, not correcting each other, not informing each other, not instructing each other, or the person trying to instruct the person and they won't receive the instruction. Are you hearing me? Instruction and reproofs are the ways of life. What you never see in the Bible is the word criticism. Why? Because when people are instructing you, they're not criticizing you. But you have to be able to receive instruction. All right, everybody put RI in that chat because I'm blessing you today and I'm helping you to get the spirit that helped us to be so incredibly free in our lives until we can just get up and do whatever we want to do. Why? Because we receive coaching. We let people coach us. We receive instruction. Are you hearing me? It's not criticism. It's not criticism. It's instruction. You just look up the Bible. Just Google criticism in the Bible. You'll never see it. You'll never see the word one single time in the whole Bible. Isn't that telling you something? It's not criticism is not in the scriptures. Why? Because it's not even an idea. It's something that people made up. Why? Because people are arrogant. So if when somebody tells you something and it goes against the way that you're currently doing something, people think they're being criticized. I'm like, no, you're not being criticized. You are being audited. Are you hearing me? So everybody put VA in that chat because receiving a coach is just voluntary audits. Are you listening to me? It's better to get audited voluntarily than to get audited involuntary. All right. So everybody put voluntary audits in there. Watch what happens to your life today. And when you leave out of here and you just voluntarily allow people to audit you, people to audit your life. You say, man, they knows I don't want everybody up in my business. You better get somebody in your business. Hey, listen to me. You better get somebody, you better get more eyes on what it is that you're doing. I ain't talking about money today. I'm not talking about business per se. I'm talking about the business of your life. Are you hearing me? Life is a business. What? The king's business requires haste. And what? Our life, our whole life is what? God's business. So we want to run a what? A good business. Are you hearing me? What? A good life, a successful life, which requires some coaching because we don't know what we be doing. But you can get good and so good when you get a coach until it turns the whole situation around. So my good friend Chan, I was just talking about, Chan is very coachable. That's why he's my best friend. He was rich when I met him, but he was open to coaching. He said, "What's your name?" We first met. I said, "My name is Brother Rick, the wealth coach." I said, "Who are you and what do you do?" He said, "I'm Chan, the millionaire barber." I said, "That's beautiful, Chan." I said, "What does that mean, though?" I said, "You charge $1 million for a haircut? What kind of barber is that?" He said, "No." He said, "I'm the only black man I'm the number one black man in the world that opened up barber and beauty schools." I'm like, "Oh." I said, "That's great, man." I said, "That's phenomenal. That's fantastic." Because he was so humble, you would have never thought he was so wealthy and well known and it helped and so impactful and helped so many people because he was very nonchalant about it. And then he invited us to his house. We get over to his house, he got a mansion, it's all nice, and we've been friends ever since. So I always want to help him because he always helping me. So I said, "Well, Chan, you want to learn how to do reels so that millions of people are watching?" And he said, "Yeah, I want to learn how to do that." I said, "Well, I got a class on it, and if y'all want that class, just put virality in the chat or viral, so you can get that class sent to you." I think I let my $3,000 link back down. Is that link down back down to 297 to get people to break on that, honey? Yeah, I think I put the link back down. It's a $3,000 class I teach. Well, it's a $30,000 class, but I was charging $2,900 for it. And but if you want it, I think maybe we change that link. I gave some people to my challenge a break, so y'all can have the same break, even though y'all didn't come to my challenge. So put viral, just comment viral, the word viral, if you want the link to be sent to you. So Chan took my class. I took this class, and it took me 10 weeks to complete this class, excuse me. And I was doing good. I'd already made about $5 million online. I was doing okay. But I didn't know how to make reels that people will watch all over the world. I didn't know how. Why? Because I hadn't been coached. So I didn't know what I was doing. All right. My reels, if you go to my channel and look at my reels now, and you'll see 1,000,000, 200,000, 600,000, 1.6 million, all these views and all that. So and it's consistent now. But prior to me taking this class, if you go down, just go down and look at my earlier ones, and you'll see 100 people was watching, 600 people was watching, you know, 800 people was watching, 1,000 people was watching. Why? Because I wasn't they were not good. They didn't have the elements that make a person watch something to go viral. So, and to prove to you how good it is, when somebody teaches you what to do, if you look at just look at if I showed you the statistics, it'll show you that whenever you get a reel that has like 600,000, 700, a million views, it's mostly. Honey, can you pass me I need to blow a nose. Can you pass me that? The rag that I had. Um, so so what happened was if you notice that 90% of the people are like wasn't following me. So you say, "Ricky, you got to, you go viral because you're on here talking all the time." That's not why. Nobody has to know you for a video to go viral. You just have to do it the right way. Are you listening to me? Just have to be coached. And I just didn't know what I was doing. So if you want to learn what I took the class that I paid $30,000 for, and I made it 3 hours instead of 10 weeks. And if you just watch those 3 hours and you actually do what it is that I did, then you can go viral. All right. I'm talking about you can sell anything you want to sell and stop all this struggling to make money. Why? It's a struggle to make money when what? Don't nobody know what you doing when ain't nobody watching your reel. See, when a person watches your reel, a reel is like a commercial. And and so it's like a preview of whatever it is that you really sell. So then people can get to know you better because they come and start paying attention to you. And, did I watch stuff with? Just look on the. So Um, is that making sense? Put MS in the chat if that makes sense. All right. If that makes sense. We got about 7 more minutes before I finish. Let me finish the story about the man in the Bible. Okay. Thank you, dear. All right. So I'm talking today about coaching. And I'm talking about how you can go from having a real hard life to having a real easy life, just simply because you allow people to coach you. And I don't know why people are so adverse to being coached. I'm like, why? And when I tell you I got a class that you can pay 297 little measly dollars for, and you can take the class and you can go out, you can just sit in your house and watch this class. This is better than you going to school. This is better than you going to marketing school. This is better than you going to these little jacked up colleges, and these places call themselves trying to teach you how to be a marketer, and they don't even have no products. I just want y'all to use some common sense, okay? I'm just talking about this one little thing, this virality class. Or I shouldn't say little because it's big, because it can help you to become a well-known person. And once you become well-known, then you can sell your products. It's hard for you to sell your products when don't nobody know who you are. Are you listening to me? So just comment viral if you want the class. So Chan, my friend Chan, I said, Chan, do you want to know how to make viral videos? He said, of course I do. I said, okay, well, I got a course on it. He said, of course I'll take it. So he took the course, and the next day he started doing things exactly like it shows in the course. And then and one thing led to another. And now Shan, who after 15 years of trying to do videos without being coached, after 15 years of having a couple of thousand people watch this and a couple of thousand people watch that, in 2 months, this young man has had over 5 million views of his videos. Are you hearing me? That's a big jump. Everybody put BJ in the chat. That's a big jump. Isn't that a big jump? Listen, make now we ain't gonna make it cheaper, Cam. You just get some money. All right. No, don't put that on here. Make something cheaper. $297 already cheap. See, y'all problem is y'all priorities. Okay? Y'all priorities not right. Are you hear what I'm talking about? If I give you something for $297, hurry up and buy it. Why? And be glad I got something that's so cheap. Right? Yeah, I got stuff that costs $150,000 to get out. Okay? Why? Because it make you rich. Don't buy stuff and all you did, you got a discount on something, but you still can't do nothing. Are you hear what I'm talking about? It don't even make sense. I'm amazed at how much money y'all spend on stuff that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. But you don't spend no money on your brain. Are you hearing? Never put that in a thing. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? Never put nothing about lower somebody's price, be cheap, and all this sort of thing. All right? Cam, you're a queen. Get the money. Okay? Get the money, get the money, get the money. Stop playing games with your life because you want a big jump in your money. And you can't get no big jump in your money until you start paying attention to what it is that actually work. Are you hearing me? My class is $29.97. I said you can have it for $297. All right. So say thank you. I'm talking about make it cheaper. Say buy it and say thank you. Send a thank you note. All right. I paid over $1 million to be so bright to teach you all what it is I'm teaching you all. And I bring it back to the hood, and if I'm nice enough to basically give you something, then hurry up and buy it. Are you hearing me? Don't buy no weave this weekend. All right. Don't worry about them eyelashes this weekend. Okay. All right. Try that on for size. All right. Stop wishing that it was easy for you all. Wish that you would step up to the plate. I hear what I'm talking about. That's another thing about coaching. Coaches, we don't come down to a person's level. Coaches, we raise a person's level up to the way we're doing things. Are you listening to me? Because a coach is somebody that's already doing it, not somebody just giving you some advice from the side. That's what happened to you in school. And y'all paid a lot of money to go to school. For what? For some broke coaches. Are you hearing me? Y'all paid a lot of money to go to school. Almost everybody I'm looking at has been to college. And y'all got a deal. And you ain't even doing what you went to school for. Almost all of y'all. Am I telling the truth? Am I telling the truth? Somebody puts truth in the chat if you know that's true. All right? Is that the truth? Most of us went to college for something. We got some little fake degrees that ain't even got nothing to do with real life. Are you hearing me? I ain't got no church in here because y'all ain't meant it. Somebody put truth in the chat. All right? Come on. You know you've been to school. You know you got a what? A degree. You ain't even doing what you went to school for. And even if you're doing what you went to school for, you're still a slave because the little money you're making, all you do is make enough to get back up and go back to work. The only person getting some money is the person you work for. Why? Because you didn't create the money. Why? Because you haven't been coached. You ain't been coached. You've been indoctrinated. That's two different things. Are you hear what I'm talking about? Being indoctrinated means that somebody put some thoughts into your head to help make them rich. Being coached means that somebody put some thoughts into your head to make you rich. Did you get what I said? I said, you want to be rich. You don't want to be just walking around here wasting your time and can't hardly get along. And, one little bad thing happened. The whole world and came to an end. You get sick for 6 weeks and you got to move in with your parents and all. Look, be proactive, get coached. Are you hear what I'm talking about? That's why I have a challenge once a month. It ain't nothing but a major coaching ring for you to be in for a whole week to coach you about how you think, what you're doing, and how to get ahead in life. That's what my challenge is for. Teach you how to make money, how to multiply the money, and how to manage it. That's what my challenge is for. If you've never been, just comment challenge. Or if you've been and you want to come back in March, I've got some people that's been to 20 challenges. Are you hearing me? I got people that's been to 30 challenges. I've done 40. Why? Because they still need to be coached. They don't act like they made it just because they came through one challenge. And they got trust and all that stuff. But they like, what? I'm coming through because, Brother Ricky, you teach me something new every single time I come through, stuff that I didn't know. Now I can go do what I couldn't do before. And I'm glad that you got a platform for me to come and get, and so you can change my thinking and help me to change my behavior and help me to be able to do easily what it used to be hard for me to do or impossible for me to do. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So my friend Chin, he's doing he's already doing good. Now this is what amazes people who are already doing good. We volunteer for coaches. People who are struggling, they act like they doing a coach a favor by allowing a coach to coach them, or if they got a little money, paying for whatever they're paying for, they are real reluctant to pay for something. I'm like, you ain't got no money. How in the world could you be reluctant to make money and you ain't even got none? We already got a lot of money, and we are unreluctant to not learn. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? Why? Because we like, well, man, we don't know much. We don't know much. We don't, when we go to the grave, we know we're not gonna know much. We're like, man, we're gonna be sitting in the grave saying, wow, it's just so many more things I could have learned. What? So I could have done something with my time. Are you hearing me? I want you to be able to do things with your time. I don't want you wasting your time. All right. I want you to go to the grave, and the grave is full of potential that you had that could have gotten coached out of you. Are you hearing me? You need potential coached out of you because you have it. Why? Because we fearfully and wonderfully made. So we got amazing potential. All right. Okay. There's no question about that. Every man, every woman, because God made us and his mind is just so spectacular until the mind of God is just off the Richter scale. So your potential is amazing, but your capability, the ability that you have of actually doing something, is based on, has the potential been pulled out? Your potential got zillions of dollars in it, zillions of ideas in it, full of grace, mercy, and truth. Your potential. The question is has it been tapped into and pulled out, and you performing what's inside of you that you don't know how to currently perform? And that's done through coaching. Are you listening to me? You take Michael Jordan, the best basketball player that ever lived. Michael Jordan, once Phil Jackson became his coach, his team became the best team in the world, because they was not going to be the best team in the world without Phil Jackson, because Phil Jackson created what's called a triangle offense, which meant that you had one guy up here with the ball, two guys on the wing, and they pushed that ball around in a circle, and then eventually somebody have a shot. And it was impossible to guard Michael Jordan like that, because it would leave people out on the island with him to try to play some defense, and that was impossible because he could shoot a jump shot. Do y'all see that form right there? Yeah, see that form. I'm on my way to see my son Ricky play. Uh, See that jump shot right there? That's why his jump was so sweet, because he was coached. Swish. So they couldn't keep up with Jordan because of the way that Phil Jackson came in. They won 6 championships. Why? They had the potential. All right. They had the potential. Scottie Pippen, Horace Grant, B.J. Armstrong, John Paxson, all these different. They had the potential, And Michael Jordan, of course, being so cold-blooded, they had the potential. Bill couldn't get his Carton right. That's a good joke. Bill Cartwright couldn't get his car right. So Bill Cartwright with that funny looking shot. I don't know who coached him on that jump shot. He needed some different coaching on it. I don't know where he got that shot from, but it was effective enough. My point is that Bill came in and brought these guys together. You take Dennis, what was the dude name? I can't even think his name right now. What's the dude name that played that came in getting all them rebounds on the Bulls? Somebody tell me his name. Had the red hair and all this stuff. Yeah, Rodman. Yeah. Okay. I'll take Dennis Rodman, right? Before he came to the Bulls, nobody do nothing with him. Why? Because he's like, this dude is buck wild. But he comes to the Bulls team, and he comes to a team that has all this camaraderie already on it. And Phil Jackson knows how to deal with this dude. Why? Because he's an amazing coach. So Rodman come in, and instead of getting them some trouble, they win 3 more. I mean, he crazy as hell, dressing up like a chick and all that stuff. But when he got on the basketball court, it was lights out. You hear me? He was so crazy until one time a fan tried to spit on Rodman, and Rodman said, "Man, the only regret I got is I didn't catch the spit in my mouth." I'm like, that's the dude you want on your team getting some rebounds. Nutty as a box of rocks. You need somebody like that on your team to win. But what? You got to be able to coach all those different kind of personalities. And Phil Jackson was an amazing coach. And what I'm telling you today is find you a coach. Seek you out a coach. Pay them. All right? Pay them. Be glad that you can pay them. Most coaching today is done through groups. If you got a millionaire coach, they're not going to coach you one-on-one unless you have a considerable sum of money because they don't have time to. So that's not going to happen. So just get that out of your head. Don't even make common sense. If the person is already rich, why would they be taking the time to talk to you? And you got $20, $100. So you want to give them $1,000 or something like that. That don't even make common sense. All right. Plus you would kill the coach. All right. So everybody put DKC in the chat. Don't kill your coach. All right. Or a DKTC. Don't kill the coach. Because what? He ain't gonna do nobody no good dead. So y'all use some common sense. When you find some good coaches online, myself, my colleagues, other people around the country, I might be a good coach for you, maybe and maybe not. But I'm just telling you the temperament to have when you meet coaches is that we don't want to kill a coach. Why? Because we don't want to silence his voice or her voice because they're group coaching. We got rich through that group coaching. So we don't want to stop them. We don't want to be hemming them up in a corner someplace. We come to wherever they are and however they're delivering their coaching as a group, we're going to come and sign up for that because we can learn as a group and get rich. All right. All this individual spirit and stuff, it's not of God. It's not biblical. Are you hearing me? It's a body. In the way that you learn as a body. You say, I learn better by myself. No, you are narcissistic because you don't learn better by yourself. That's not the way you were made. But you need to be coached out of that arrogant position. That's why your money funny and your change is strange. Ain't no self-made people. Are you hear what I'm talking about? We are independent and then we are interdependent. So you do your work by yourself, you do your homework, but then you come into the group and then we all what? Share the answers. Are you hearing me? That's what good coaches do. They teach you how to do teamwork, share the answers, everybody go out and get paid, take care of your business. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? You ready, baby? All right. So Philip runs up to this man and the man don't know what he's doing. And so Philip says, do you know what you're reading? He said, I don't know what I'm reading. He reading Isaiah. He says, is this man talking about himself, talking about Jesus, or is he talking about somebody else? So Philip said, this is Isaiah talking about Jesus. And Jesus then came and went. And I'm one of his disciples. He done came, he done died on the cross, he done went to heaven, he done saved us. Now we can live this life. We live in a beautiful life. And you can have it too, bro. A man said, man, that's cold-blooded. He said, there goes some water over here. Can I get baptized right now? And Philip said, are you sure you really believe? He said, yeah, I believe with all my heart, man. He said, take me to the water. Take me to the water. The water. Take me to the water. The water to be baptized. He said, I want to be baptized. He said, I'm already rich. I already run a whole nation's money. He said, but brother, I'm empty. All right. He said, I need some coaching. He said, take me to the water, brother. And Philip did what? Took him to the water and baptized him and came up out the water. And Philip disappeared. Why? So he can go help him. So he can go help coach somebody else. Just like I got to disappear right now and help what? Go coach somebody else. It's been a plum pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege. I love y'all. Ain't nothing y'all can do about that. Have an outstanding, fantastic day. And remember, the stellar is as stellar does. God bless you. Get you a good coach, all right? And go on to your championship team. I speak nothing but